think they did not check the
Yes, I'm not sure.
email or something.
Yeah, Prof. Nitas will call. Wait, let me call him.
So Dr. Dina, it's a great talk this morning on machine
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, it was. I enjoyed the Q&A as well. It seemed like people had like from all different areas, like entomology and vegetation, sound propagation, like just really, really diverse group. That's really wonderful.
So, what year you were in Sabah, Dr. Dina? When you did
Uh, yeah, I did my dissertation work there between 2012 and 2017. Well, it's 2016. And then I went back again in 2018. So I've been, yeah, gone back quite a few times. It's a magical place. I love it there.
spent quite a long time in Sabah.
Oh, Prof. Hello, Assalamualaikum. Prof, Hadi. Ni Dr. Hadi, Dr. Hadi.
So
Nak join tak ni yang meeting dengan apa nama ni? Ha.
Hi, Dina.
Hi, how are you?
I'm Jasmine
so this is
from
Prof. Jasni, yeah. Prof. Jasni from my
Hi.
faculty, computer science.
Oh, wonderful. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for your talk just now.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I am from
Okay.
Institute for Big Data Analytics and Artificial Intelligence.
Oh, wonderful. There's a lot of potential for synergy between between what we're doing.
Sure.
Do you do any sort of acoustic big data, or what kind of big data are you
One of
working?
our fellow is doing it. Associate Professor Dr. Marina. She has a project, I think, with Dr. Fakru as well.
Yeah. I mean,
So you
she's
went
she
to
was-
the forest, huh?
yeah, Kolokaniam, the Kolokaniam forest research.
Ah, But they do acoustic for security reason. I mean to detect intruders, right? Dr. Fakro?
yeah, I think done that.
So
I think okay.
I mean, yeah. Dr. Fakro, you can continue.
Tadi,
Okay. I think we can start now because I think this is all the participants that we have here. So just let me quickly introduce some. I might know, I might not know. Okay, we have Dr. Fakro here. Okay, and Dr. Said Mutalib is the deputy of cyber technology. We have Prof. Jasni from Ibadai is Big Data and Artificial Intelligence Center. We are and Prof. Zulkifli is Kolokaniam, head of Kolokaniam Forestry Project. And the rest, I'm not pretty sure. Dr. Fakru can
I think
introduce.
Dr. Shariza, maybe you can introduce your team. These are from the Pulatuba Langkawi group. Dr. Shariza.
Thank you, Dr. Fakru. I'm Sharizal. Hi, Dina, and everybody. I would like to. We are from Faculty of Applied Science in Forest branch of UiTM, and we are working on the marine. Actually, we have here 2 persons working intensively in the marine. Madam Aziani, working on a fish acoustic, and also Mr. Jamil Tajam. So we are in a group of working on the marine research actually. So I think maybe Azani, can you show your face here? Everybody wants to know. Azani?
Azani.
Hi. I already on my camera. Hopefully you can see it.
She's here, right?
Okay.
Just to kick off the discussion, basically we are from the Research Nexus. We facilitate, try to facilitate research collaboration or start to kick off. So we call in this specialists, so-called specialists in UiTM, that can be relate to your project. Maybe we can have some potential collaboration. So maybe whoever can start, maybe we can start with Dr. Prof. Zul, what the facilities that we have in Kuala Kenyam kat dulu.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hadi. Hi, Dina. So with me is Dr. Faiza Hadi. I'm from Institute for Biodiversity and Sustainable Development. So actually, we are a center of excellence focusing on biodiversity and environmental research. So actually, we have uh, facilities in Taman Negara in National Park, which is quite near to Kenyir. I think you are going to Kenyir soon. Actually, we have actually the research station is the collaboration with the wildlife agency, Perhilitan. So actually, they allow us to use the facility there. Actually, it's a former resort. It's a resort last time. So we already refurbished into a research station. Actually, it's not far from Kuala Tahan. If you know Kuala Tahan in National Park, it's from the closest jetty is around like half an hour boat trip. And then we have like 4 chalets there, and then one main building. So I think we can accommodate like 100 people at one time, researchers. Last year we did our expedition, the scientific expedition, last September 2020. So that is our last trip to Kuala Kenyam. So actually, um, the research that been done before at Kuala Kenyam is on the flora, fauna and community research. I think you talked to Dr. Saleh Daim just now. He asked about the gibbons. So actually, Dr. Saleh Daim is more involved in the community research, and also they have the effort that been done with the community there on the bird camp, something like that. So they study on birds on that. Okay, so if you are actually we would like to invite you and your colleagues from Cornell University to collaborate with us. Actually, I think you Prof. Razi have mentioned just now in his welcoming remarks. Prof. Razi is our Deputy Vice Chancellor on Research and Innovation. So we have collaborators from University of California, but from Turkey also, and few more. And this is our first discussion with Cornell University, I think. Uh, so if you are interested to come over to Kuala, we are very happy to have you with us. And then perhaps we can mesh with some of our researchers in UiTM, can do the work together. I know that if you do like bioacoustic, you have to leave your recording device, and then we need somebody to look after that. And then I think in terms of the facilities, uh, uh, for your information, we have no line there. I mean the communication line, like phone line. So actually, when we go there, it's like it's a lost world. It's a lost world where you have no communications, and then there's no electricity there. Because it's in the national park, so it's all protected. So we can do more. We can do much there. So we cannot like put fire everything. So it's being managed by the wildlife agency. So uh, if you have any proposal to work with us, actually our institute. I have Dr. Faiza here. Dr. Faiza is the head of biodiversity. So she's handling all these biodiversity research in our institute. So we can communicate further after this if you need more information on the our research station. So our research station is there, is open to all national and international researchers. So we have international researchers before. So it's no problem to come over, and then we set up our research there. The condition is just to get the permission from the wildlife agency, because it's a national park, so we cannot just simply go there and then set up our sensors. So it must be with their approval. That is the condition. So in terms of facilities, accommodations, we can stay there as long as we want, and then they have also rangers to look after us. So we can engage rangers, and then we also have boats to bring us from the nearest jetty. It's like half an hour, like 40 minutes from the Kampung Pagi. So it's a morning village. Pagi is morning, selamat pagi. The nearest kampung, the nearest village.
Mhm.
So I think you are used to Malaysia food. I think no problem. So Malaysia weather. So if you go to Kenyir, perhaps you can come over to our research station. We can bring you there, and then you can have a look first, and then see how what we can do together, what sort of research, and then I think my colleagues has Dr. Fakru has shared with you the list of research that we
Yeah,
have
yeah. I share with you,
before.
right? Yeah.
So we also have few books being published by Professor Nazid, because Professor Nazid is really active doing research in Kuala Kiniam before I joined in the institute. So we are planning to go there soon after the COVID-19 pandemic is over. So we already plan. We have a few more research to be executed at the research station. So you are more welcome to join us. I think that's all for now. Dr. Fakru and Dr. Hadi. Terima kasih.
Thank you. Terima kasih.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much for that overview and the invitation. And yes, it does. It sounds wonderful. And it really sounds like it fits so well with the long-term goals of our lab. And so really one of the areas that our director has decided that is he feels is really important, which I'm so happy about, is expanding the work that we're doing in Southeast Asia. And so we're actually looking for these kinds of collaborations, but also we really want it to be, also driven by, like the universities in Malaysia. And like this to me, it's like I could have asked for like a better set of people and potential collaborators, as we have, like the big data, the data science, the biodiversity. Like this just seems like such a fantastic group. So I feel just really honored to be talking with you about this. And I do think that this could be a really like wonderful crossroads if we can think about how we can work to do this together. And we at our lab, we're working, we have like different like small grant programs to try to get recording units to people, like just on a small scale. And so we could think about if that would make sense to try to find some students that we could get the grants to, that they could start to do some of the pilot work in Kuala Kanyam, or if we want to kind of think bigger, and if this is something that we want to do, is kind of like a cross department thing where we would try to get funding for quite a few more recorders, but then have, like in the pipeline of like, how we're going to get the data set, how we're going to get it analyzed, what we're going to do with it. If that's so, I guess that's kind of a good thing to think about too, is kind of, should we, start just trying to find a few students that could get us moving forward on this, or do we want to try to kind of have it as more kind of like a big project where we're moving together as kind of like the interdisciplinary thing. So but either way is great for me. So
Yeah, great sharing. Maybe from Dr. Sharizal, you have from the marine perspective, what we can offer from that side?
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Adi. Actually, we are working on based on what Dr. Lena talked just now, based on acoustic. So but we are working on underwater acoustic, like coral acoustic, fish acoustic. I think for more detail, maybe I would like to invite Madam Aziani to talk more about these particular things. So please, Aziani.
Thank you, Dr. Sharizal, and good evening to everyone. So, actually, we are in Perlis. We have a Marine Research Center in Pulau Tuba, Langkawi, which is Pulau Tuba is a separate island from the Langkawi. So, the the study of underwater acoustics have been conducted just generally just on the surface, not really deeps on the study of the acoustic because of the first of all we just have very basic instruments, which is the hydrophone and also the recorder. So we have conducted the study at Pulau Paya, which is the marine park. So we collect some of the data of the fish sounds, animal sounds, like fish and shrimp, and also the boat sounds. So from that we can see that, for example, like marine mammal, marine animal, they are the habitats of marine animal. They are very at the morning, night, and also in the midday. But to identify the species of the creator of the sound is not being conducted yet because of we don't have the system to, for example, like to detect the frequency from the fish sound. But from the previous study, we can say that the fish they produce sound from 0 to 2 kilohertz. So maybe next time we can create some system just to extract that kind of frequency in order to study the fish habitats. Only that the study so far, only the brief study of the underwater sound that we have done. The rest, for example, like identifications or anything, we never conducted yet because of the I mean the we don't have the special skill to develop the system, for example, like to extract the frequency, and also maybe to set up the system that can be put inside the water and monitor it continuously. So that thank you.
Yeah, that sounds really fascinating. We have a couple of people that are working on underwater systems, in particular fish acoustics, and so I would be happy to put you in touch with them. And then it reminded me when you mentioned that you're not kind of at the point where you've had the training in order to pull out, like to extract certain signals and things like that. And so we call them sound analysis workshops. And so we were doing them in person twice a year at our lab. But of course, since COVID, everything changed. And we did a couple remote workshops. And so we actually did one in collaboration with University Science Malaysia in January. And we had quite a few practitioners from Malaysia that came. And that is something that our lab is also really, really kind of interested in and passionate about, is trying to put the tools into the hands of people that want to use them. And so that's something that we could also talk about too, if it would make sense, if there's enough people within the university to have like a smaller scale training, or if we want to kind of, facilitate it through the university, but then branch out to or make it available to others. But that is a particular area where our lab, we're expanding to. We're going to be hiring 2 new people that will be just doing the sound analysis workshop stuff. So it's something that we're really interested in expanding on that program. So if there's interest, we could talk about that as well.
Great. Okay, for the facilities there, maybe we can invite the analytic, the big data and artificial
big data
intelligence
people.
institute. Yeah, big data people. Prof. Jasni.
Okay. Good evening. Good. Quite confused now. Okay, thank you, Dr. Hadi. So I am from Institute for Big Data Analytics and AI. We just started in April, so we don't have a big lab or big projects yet, but the one project is coming up that we are going to look at fishes in ponds. So we will have 100 ponds in Felda in Johor. So there are potential research there. So one of the problem maybe to look at because how to make how to prevent fish dead, dead fish. So people are looking at how to make the fish happy, how to reduce their stress, what make the fish stress, So if they are less stressed, they are happy. The farmers will will harvest more fish. So that will be good for them. So these are the study that we may be looking at later, and how to use acoustics in this problem statement maybe, or how do you look at how does a stressed fish sounds like, or something like that. You can laugh now, but yeah, I mean you can find out. So,
The sound of stress fish.
yeah, and we can put more food, more oxygen for them. I don't know, but these are the things that we're looking at. But at the moment, one of our fellow, this problem will be for later, yeah. But at the moment, Dr. Marina is working on acoustic, so maybe I pass it to Dr. Marina. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prajasmi. Thank you for the sharing knowledge and skills, Dr. Dina. Good evening. Nice to meet you and everyone here. Okay, I would like to share about what we have done for the project of acoustic detection, okay, sound event detection in the forest. Okay, the data is actually from Malaysia Forest. All right, for that, I think I would like to share a video so that everyone can see what is actually happening there. Is it okay for me to share the video?
Yes, please do.
Okay, let me share. Can you see?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there sound? Tak dengar.
Introducing ASIC's Acoustic Surveillance Intrusion Detection System. ASIDS is an innovative security system that uses only audio to detect an intrusion without any human intervention. ASIDS is a practical solution, low cost, effective, accurate audio recognition for intrusion detection based on vehicle engine, wildlife, environmental noise, and identification of an intrusion or classification is done using artificial intelligence embedded on the device that require very low computational power. The system works as a listener. In real time, it will listen to the surroundings to identify if an intrusion is taking place. ASIDS works in a collection. When a vehicle is detected between the listening devices, it could triangulate the intruders suitable, covering vast areas. Let's do the math. Cameras versus microphones. Camera's typical point of view consists of 180 degree of sight. Microphones has 360 degree of sight. Sight blockages for cameras are unavoidable such as spots, watermarks. Audio are more robust for surveillance. Cameras cost more than microphones. Audio files are obviously smaller than pictures. Overall, we could see a significant reason why ACIDS is the better solution. And because ACIDS is designed to be adaptive. The software customizable based on the use case. The prediction algorithm can also be upgraded and enhanced with new models as technology advances. The entire system is portable as it uses SD card. It can be operated on a single board computer. Based on the computing power demand, our consumption is measured using an ampere meter. A 20,000 milliamp hour battery will give 200 hours of operating time. Printed circuit board technology, we can reduce the size and make it compact and more sturdy. This format's ready for commercial use and mass production. The target customers are national parks all around the world. Each wildlife reserve requiring tens and hundreds of ACIDS on each location for surveillance effectiveness. The current ACIDS competitor is a camera traps that are useful but very limited. ACIDS value holds on the total area of surveillance of each device. 100 meters in radius is vastly superior to the competitor a camera trap. A camera trap costing 200 ringgit or $50 only covers up to 20 meters only on one direction, not including the trees blocking line of sight. The node individually processes the sound and detect the intrusion if each sound has unique patterns in which ACIDS can identify and predict. On the dashboard, we can see real-time updates of each ACID node, reporting the locations surrounding situation, either intrusion sounds or natural ambience. The node individually processes the sound and detect the intrusion if using its onboard CPU. Each sound has unique patterns in which ACIDS can identify and predict. The node repeats the identification process until it detects an intruder. It will report to the gateway using long-range LoRa tech.
Thank you for watching. I'm not sure how to go back. Yeah, I cannot go back with the
Desktop.
main screen. Yeah.
Maybe
On top the view
viewing
screen,
Marina screen.
viewing Marina screen tu.
View
On
Marina
top,
screen, you
click
click
dia akan drop down
okay.
option. Yeah, right.
So
Right.
sorry.
Okay.
Not really use Webex ini. more to other platform. Okay, that's all about the project that was done, but now it's still ongoing. But because of there is a need to test more data set, more data, more type of data, and different algorithms. Okay, in order to get better results.
Yeah, I think
That's
I
all.
remember. I think I remember I talked to Dr. Dina on, you're talking about the recording technology, right? So recording technology in the forest. So Dr. Marinas is one of the one who are developing on the recording. Yep.
Yeah, that was amazing. That's just exactly like what we need, really. I had one question about the devices. Do they do this? They do it in real time? Like they have like the model and everything loaded on the devices, and then it does it like transport the information? Like if there's a detection, can it send it out, or kind of where is it on that realm of?
We fabricate the devices actually, and we input all the model and algorithms there to run. Yeah, we did in a real, not real time. We can say it is a near real time solution.
Okay, no, because that's really what we so at our lab, we've developed, we call them the Swift autonomous recorders. And so they're great, and people, especially our team in Central Africa, they have used them for like they've developed gunshot detectors and all of these kinds of things, which they work great, except for you're like, okay, well, this happened 3 to 6 months ago, so what are we gonna do about it now? So there's been this kind of disconnect with like having these detectors, and then I mean it's still good to have like the historical data of like hunting and chainsaws and things, but in order for kind of this more, I don't know, like to be able to have
More
changes
real
happen
time.
more
Yeah.
quickly, we need to know if when it's happening, so that the stuff that you're working on is just amazing. That's fantastic.
Yeah, but yeah, we need to go for more research on this because yeah, a lot of intruder actually in the forest, and it could be improved in terms of false alarm. Okay, because the sound is very we can see a lot of overlapping in the sound itself. So yeah, yeah, more research to be done.
Okay,
Thank
yeah.
you for your interest. Yeah.
Yeah, I had one other kind of question about that. So I had a collaborator who is at the SAFE project in Saba that he developed his own autonomous recording units, and he had it that it was like the 3G mobile internet SIM card was in there, and so it was actually uploading the data to a server like in England, like in almost real time. And so that to me has always been something like, and I know like some places in Saba, even like Danum and Maliau now have like the cell towers. That's something that like I feel like that technology, like we're starting to like use that a little bit. And so I don't know, I wonder if, these detectors that you have, like if there's a way that you could have it like ping, the cell tower or something, and be like detection, and then like translate it into, this like real-time detection system.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I would like to give a feedback based on your statement just now. Okay, for our project, actually we use signals. Okay, signals to detect. It's not the camera, and we don't have any wireless, but more on signal detections. We tested on about 100 meters from the sound. Yeah, that's why we need to test more distance. Yeah, we really want
Yeah.
to expand this project actually. um, if we can collaborate, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, oh, I think it's such important work too. It really, really is. And I think, how I like the information in there where you're talking about with the acoustics, it's you have the 360 view, right? As opposed to the cameras are just 180. And so yeah, that's a really great justification. So anyways, I think it's a fantastic project. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, great discussion, everyone. So maybe I can invite Dr. Said. Just where do we move here from? Because all this discussion, if it's not started from somewhere, it's just a discussion. So we have maybe we can plan something. Dr. Said.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Hadi. Hi, Dina. So good evening. So maybe I can summarize all the discussion that we have so far. So to materialize the collaboration, maybe I would like to suggest that we go for MOU, Memorandum of Understanding between the Cornell University and UITM. And then for this MOU, so I really hope that Dr. Prof. Zul can take in charge of this MOU, because the institute is under the Institute of Biodiversity is looking in more general things about the study that you are conducted. So I really see that the technology being developed by Dr. Marina is very good in helping you to get the real-time data, or the data will be transmitted from the recorder that you have records the sound directly to the clouds, to cloud storage, where you can place where you can remote of recording the things. While on the marine ecosystems, so I think that this maybe you can help them in terms of what we need to move forwards from the research on the fish type fish sounds acoustics. So because Renew is a center to facilitate the research discussion between the researchers and in UITM, and also from the researchers outside. So what we do is for cyber technology, we are taking care about the artificial. We're talking about the computational part and communication, which covers the artificial intelligence, big data analytics, cloud computing, data analytics, emotional intelligence, including the robotic as well. That will be the quite diverse segment that we are cover. So I believe that maybe I pass to the Professor for further for the next steps, how we're going to move forward for the MOU. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Said. Dr. Dina, okay, actually, I think for the MOU, we can do it parallel with our intention to collaborate. I think like supervising students together, and then try to strive for research grant, I think, together, so that we can buy the sensors or anything, right? To do the work together. So the MOU, I will send the document to you for you to review, and then see whether there are any clause that agree or not agree. That we will discuss further after this. For the facilities in Kuala Kenyam, Dr. Dina, I will mail to you the photos or any videos that we have to you, so that you can see what is actually inside Taman Negara or National Park, so that you can have the overview the area and get some feeling how. I think you are familiar with Malaysia forest. I think you've been in Borneo, in Sabah for many years, so it's not very different from what we have in Semenanjung in Peninsula. So I'm happy for IBSD, the Institute for Biodiversity, to be the focal point to all researchers in UiTM, IDAI, and any other research group under Renew to work with Dr. Dina and her colleagues in Cornell University. So I think we're gonna have a lot of discussion, I think, after this, with all the researchers in UiTM, by having Dr. Dina today with us. I'm
Putus.
Betul Zul? Profesor.
on behalf of the
Ran out of mobile battery.
putus. Sorry.
Betul, ada.
Ada sometimes macam ni lah. This is it is normal lah. As for Taman Negara, the national park, you don't need to worry, because we have the radio facilities and also a very comfortable accommodation if you want to stay for a few days in the national park. And then we have for electricity, we have the electricity generator, the genset, for the electricity, for the water, and for the food. You don't need to worry about what is inside. The most important is we have the proposal together, the research proposal, what we're going to do together with researcher, with Dr. Pakrul, Prof. Jasni, We have Jamil Tajam from the Marine Institute. I think actually Pulau Toba is part of our SDG triangle, our research station. We have Pulau Toba, we have Kuala Keniam, and then we have Taman Negara, Ledang National Park, and then also we have few works in Royal Belum. I think you are familiar with Royal Belum. I think USM have a lot of works in Royal Belum. So we also have a connection there. So yeah, there are a lot of things that we can do together. Sedina, I'm very happy to introduce you with all the researchers we have not only under the institute but under the biodiversity, the flora and the community researchers. So we have like for last year expedition we have like 65 proposals. That's very overwhelming for yeah, people are more interested going for nature. So yeah, I'm happy to have everyone here, Dr. Dina, to part of our institute and our university research collaborators. I think that's my hope today, Dr. Dina. Although we are very far, but you are very close to us actually. So Prof. Jasni, we have Prof. Jasni, we have Dr. Faiza, we have many more researchers to work with. Yeah, I think Dr. Valerie, I talked to Dr. Valerie. She's from Faculty of Music, but she's also working on collecting sounds of birds. But she cannot join today because she has another meeting. So perhaps I can connect you with Dr. Valerie. But she's from Faculty of Music. But she's I'm not sure what the research is all about. But she's collecting sounds of hornbill in Royal Belum. It's part of her research, if I'm not mistaken. So she's analyzing the sounds of birds in the perspective of music, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I talked to her just now, and then she said, "Wow, so it's quite near because you're doing bioacoustics. So yeah, you're looking at the spectrogram, all that. So there are many more to work with. As for machine learning, Dr. Dina, actually I'm from remote sensing background. So we do the when you talk about supervised classification, unsupervised classification, actually for remote sensing, we do image processing. We also run unsupervised and supervised classification, and then we are heading using deep learning and machine learning uh, methods. So it's good to have because yeah, when you talk about training, ground truth data is very close to us actually. I'm from remote sensing and GIS, so we do a lot of imaging, satellite imaging, and then do the classification of land use, land cover. Yeah, I think if for your work, perhaps you need maps to locate things and then to analyze. Yeah, I can be the person to help you on that one. So we have Dr. Faiza here. I'm so sorry because I didn't invite her to talk just now, but Dr. Faiza is majoring in biodiversity. He did a lot of work on plants, Dr. Faiza. Faiza work a
Yes,
lot
Prof.
on plants, yeah. So yeah, so she's in our institute. She's the one who always going to the forest, although she's a woman. So I'm really but I'm from remote sensing, but I'm doing forestry remote sensing. So we actually for remote sensing we're looking at the thing from far, from remote. So and need to go to the ground for verification. So that's the beauty of different diverse discipline here. So actually we can complement each other. Inshallah. Okay. I think that's all for me, Dr. Said. Perhaps maybe we have further discussion after this with Dr. Dina. We want to do the MOU and also the research in Kuala Kenia. I'm so sorry because Prof. Nazib is having another meeting, but he would like to join actually when about Polytechnic, because Professor Nazik, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, I think he's the pioneer and the person who first encounter and then get the research station established for us, because previously is owned by Perhilitan, the wildlife agency. So yeah, so we are very privileged. Actually, we have there's no other university have a research station in national park, in Taman Negara Pahang. So that is a good gateway for we researchers to embark a lot of research there. So that is my visions under the institute. Actually, the institute is just 1 year old, established last year, Dr. Dina, June 2020. So it's for a baby. It's just like to walk. I just started to walk. It's not running yet. So we are very new. So perhaps you can also help us out to develop more research on this particular area, especially in your area, in Taman Negara. Okay, thank you very much for inviting me, Dr. Fakrul and Renew, for discussion, this morning discussion. I think we are very glad to have Dr. Dina today. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Great discussion. Maybe from our person of contact, Dr. Falkrol, you wanna add something?
No, I think it's getting late in US. It's like 12
Oh.
o'clock midnight already. So I know. I think maybe Dina is already sleepy. But I have nothing to say. Just I'm very glad that we are able to do this connection, and I hope that we can further have more collaborations afterwards, and we can start to focus on the MOU first, and then from the top down, from the university, right? Because we have the representative from the deputy vice chancellor, so it's going to be university, and then the top down, and from that we can go down. Okay, so I think that's all from me, and nice having you for the talk. Yeah.
Can I add a few things? So
Sure.
I have navigated, so in Cornell, we call them the Memorandum of Agreement. So it's a MOA. And they have very specific legal language that they basically have a document written. And if we need to change it, we can, but it takes a long time. And so I can start to get the ball rolling on that. But I also think it would be really good for us to get together. Maybe it doesn't even have to be an official document, but just kind of outlining kind of the expectations on, both sides and potential for collaborations and things like that. And so, as I said, this does seem like it's a fantastic opportunity. And so, what we have been running into with kind of other collaborations is we kind of hit this bottleneck with okay, we have all this data. Where do we store it? What do we do with it? And we have two people from the Big Data Institute that are interested in collaborating. And I think that that's been a really big thing, that this type of collaboration, we may actually be able to kind of get past that, which I'm really, really excited about. And so that's been one. And then also just thinking about funding and where funding for the recording devices would come from. And then also, I'm like training students, it's fantastic, but we also probably need to have some funding for people to go and set the recorders and change them. And so I think, maybe not necessarily coming up with a budget per se, but just kind of thinking about what the different costs might be. And then if there are potential funding agencies within the university or within Malaysia, if we could try to find some of those and really try to think about how, like from our side, we are looking for collaborations where we can get long-term acoustic monitoring programs going. And this really seems like it could be the one. Like I'm really, really excited about this opportunity. So I think we just, just really being sure that we communicate kind of clearly and carefully about what we can and can't commit. And then, yeah, just, on Cornell's end, like right now there's two of us that are on the Southeast Asia team. So, we just need to kind of think about what my role would be as opposed to the role of everybody else that's actually in Malaysia too. Like we can do training, we're happy to help facilitate getting the recorders and all of those different things. But like the on the ground data collection and analysis. Like that's I can't really do that because I just don't have enough time in the day. So, just kind of thinking about how we can make this a sustainable project moving forward, because I think that's really, really important. So yes, that's I think pretty much all I wanted to say, but thank you so much for this opportunity. And then so I guess who should I be mostly in contact with about the MOA and the MOU kind of stuff like the
So, Dr. Dina, you can contact me. I will
Okay.
send you an email, and then
Okay. Okay.
for the MOA, we have a standard document MOA between UiTM and other universities. So I will email you the forms, and then yeah, if you agree with the condition, everything is there. Perhaps we can initiate on the signing between the two top top managements of the university, and normally the vice chancellor will the signing. So actually we have a standard forms looking at the potential collaborations, research, student networking, staff, visiting staff, all that. So it's all inside the documents. So I will email it to you, and then perhaps you can review. Yeah, it's a legal, it's a legal document. So yeah, we have our legal advisor in the university after this document. So
Okay.
after we agree, and then we can proceed. So yeah, so yeah, you can contact me on the MOU MOA, and then also any query on the Taman Negara or the national parks facilities, or that research, or yeah, you can contact. That's no problem. Yeah, other than that.
Okay. And then I know I got some information about the research station and the projects and things, and I guess also kind of thinking about moving forward with that project, it would be good to think about how big it is, how many recorders we'll want to set, and so, to start to think about budget stuff too. So, and we have kind of like a form that we're using, so I could, plug in the numbers to just get kind of an idea, for a 5-year project, like this is like the type of funds that we would need to get. And so that would be a good thing, I think, to start to think about too. So,
As for the funding, Dr. Dina, actually for UiTM we have kind of matching grants. Let's say we have like we secure certain amount of money to support our research. If that's not sufficient, or it's not enough, normally UiTM will support with certain amount, so that we can to sustain the project. So there's the opportunity of having internal matching grant from our university. I think we can discuss it with the deputy vice chancellor of research and innovation, Professor Nazim. So yeah, so
okay, fantastic.
we try to work on that. Okay.
Okay, yes, those are just, I know, getting the legal documents in place and then getting funding. Those are the two kind of on our end bottlenecks of getting stuff started. So that's why I wanted to put that out there now. So we're just thinking about it as we're starting to try to move forward. So, but yeah, well, thank you all so much. It was really nice to meet you and hear about all the fantastic work that you're doing at the university. And I'm just really excited about this. So.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Great, Dr. Dina. Just to summarize what we have discussed here, we have a multidisciplinary solution research that we can offer relating to collaboration with you and Cornell. And with this, we will kick off with to start the ball rolling with MOU or MOA. Prof Zul will communicate with you directly. So regarding that, so that's where we start. So we have to discuss from the research to the MOA, MU, even some budgeting and grants. That's maybe in the future we can to be more specific. So I think we don't want to keep Dr. Dina long for this is way past that time, I think. So I think we can stop here. Very good discussion, very fruitful discussion. Maybe we can have one group photo here before we end, just to for record.
Mr.
Okay,
Jamil, yeah, enable.
I'm not sure he's using handphone. Never mind. I think whoever here, right? Okay, we count one. Oops. Wait. 1, 2, smile. Okay, one more. 1, 2, smile. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, all. Thank you. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Have a nice
Sharon.
weekend. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye. See you
Thank
around.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.